I always forget to look into the lens. I always just look over there. What do you think? I lost my glasses, or temporarily have lost my glasses in the garden. So I thought I'd go for, these are my Anders glasses. So you've had your Jurgens, there are my Jurgens. These are my Anders, Danish, A-N-D-E-R-S. My name is Anders. Anders glasses. Anders. Morning, Michelle Porter, Fiona Reid, Shara Lou, Raspberry Mojito Girl, Natasha Tiramos, Kate McCarthy, Kylie Mitchell, Faith Goodman, and Erin Bullymore, Hayley Edwards, Emma Carter, Minky Moo, Elizabeth Gordon, Ruth Blandford, Carol Moore, Ellen. Yeah, got colds, got things, keep testing for COVID like mad, feeling like I've got all the symptoms, but constantly coming back negative. Not feeling great. How is everyone? Look at you all. Morning, 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 morning has broken. It's fuck off, hashtag fuck off Friday. Hashtag fuck off Friday. Hashtaggy waggy taggy Friday. Mudan Ali, she's at Loose Women. Elizabeth Gordon, morning. Minky Moo, I think I've already said good morning. You look like a lab technician. My name is Anders. My name is Anders. I'm a coder. I do coding. Yes, that's right. I come from Andalsnus. I am a coder. Thank you, Antonia Schwartz. Kirsty J, not feeling great yourself. Depression gotten worse, not eaten or slept. I tell you what, there's a really hard thing that happens that when you're feeling under the weather and you struggle with your ments, or your mental health, as I call it, the two can become a little bit kind of entwined. A bit like the helix thingy of a DNA, isn't it? So you don't know which is the illness and which is something more significant. Ashley, go and see Belfast. You'll love it. Great soundtrack, heartstrings, you name it. Dawn Claricoats, give us a shout out. Please smart, feel sorry for myself. Back's gone into, oh no, back spasm. That is such a nightmare. Oh, well, sending you love, Dawn. Tina Davis, my partner or daughter had COVID a few weeks ago. I had symptoms, kept testing, I was negative, but I isolated in case. This is it, you see. This is the thing. But you wonder whether this new, did you see they've called this new variant of, well, it's not a new variant, it's a new lineage of Omicron-pit. They're calling it Omicron-pit's sister. Do you think that's weird? They're calling it Omicron-pit's sibling, sorry, a BA12. I thought that was a flight to Doncaster. But yeah, taking 2 COVID tests as Kirsty Jane, all negative, and I feel constantly sick. Now, I wonder whether this sibling of Omicron-pit, or Omicron-pit, could evade the tests. What do you think? Do you think it might evade the tests? PCR was a better test. Yeah, go and see Belfast. If you haven't seen Belfast, a must see is Tinder Swindler on Netflix. Yes, I keep hearing about that. I'm going to check that out. Search, I don't know what happened there. It's hashtag fuck off Friday. What we don't want to come along, Sarah Jane, is, okay, Omicron's sibling is one thing. We don't want Omicron's dad, do we? Let's face it, we really don't. Emma Carter, feeling much better myself, but my mum is not good in hospital with COVID, infections and refusing medication fluids. Oh, Emma, big shout out to you, because that's very difficult when you can't control the behaviour of someone you love. Tell me about it. I can't make Nanny Di stop drinking fizzy water. She just won't stop. Looking very tidy behind you, Mark. That's because I've selectively chosen the back of shot so you don't see that. No, it is actually quite tidy. Maddie tidied it up. We don't want Omicron's dad, do we? All his, I don't know. I think Omicron's cousins might be quite misunderstood. I don't think Omicron's cousins is too bad. Adderley Cup. I think, I'm not too afraid of Omicron's cousins or Omicron's grandparents, but it's Omicron's dad. Well, to be honest with you, let's face it, in any household, it's Omicron's mum, isn't it? She'll give us a good licking. My son's teacher had, I love it on a Friday morning, we get to just read some of your comments out. My son's teacher had COVID and so did his friend. My son tested negative, yet he's coughing and my partner coughing and I'm just feeling like I want to puke. Kirsty Jane, absolutely. I felt like that. I've had the old tickly throat. I've had the old runny nose. I've had the headaches. I've had the dry eye bubbles. Have you seen The Woman in the House Across the Street from the Girl in the Window on Netflix? No, is it good? Is it a good pastiche? I mean, sometimes those pastiches don't work. Sharon Fuller, Denmark has ended the pandemic. That's right. That's why Anders is here. I am Danish. I'm a coder. Yeah, my name is Anders. I do coding. Yeah. You could open your own opticians, Mark. I could, but I can't see where to do it. Sarah D got back in the garden this week, tied it up and pulled up some of the plants I'm not really liking so far. Any plans for the garden this year? Funny you should say that. I've also pulled up loads of plants and all sorts of things, and we have filmed it. How's the garden coped over winter? Not great. My husband has all the symptoms, is homesick, and he never takes time off. Oh, who was that? You've flown by my husband. Where is... Tracy Lynham. Antonia Schwartz. What if Omicron's mum is the world's strongest virus? Then we'd really be in the shit. Especially with Boris gallivanting around. Isn't it? Actually, it's very funny. I know it's shocking, isn't it? And yes, you should become Nanny Di's prescription drug dealer. Take care, Alice Kearney. You can always catch up. So it's #FuckOffFriday. What's everyone doing tonight? Friday night has a difficult place in my soul. It's a difficult thing. It's like a night of possibility and drama. But now no more. So what are you doing? Oh, it's World Cancer Day today, Shadow My Life. Oh, wow. Well, I'll let Nadia know, because she's meeting with her friends, her chums, her Trek chums. Please tell Nadia she needs to watch Outlander. I want to watch Outlander as well. Oh, thanks, Laura S. Boris is as useless as a chocolate fireguard. That's the analogy. I like that one, chocolate fireguard. I heard someone say years ago, chocolate frog. I never really understood what that meant. Bed early tonight, Amanda. Ellen, nothing. Bed early. Dawn Clarica, it's Friday night. Probably be in bed early. COVID has hit, so won't be doing much at all. Sarah Dobson. Yeah, I think same here, just in case. Chocolate teapot too. Oh, chocolate teapot. Yeah, anything that's chocolate and hot, I suppose. Chocolate toaster. Raining in Kent today. Yeah, it's raining here. Morning, Mark. Yeah, glass hammer. That's a good one. What other phrases for totally chocolate teapot? Go on, let's move on from what we're doing on a Friday night. I tell you what, if we could, why don't we all just go out? Why don't we all meet up? Let's all just meet up and go out. I'm looking after poorly people. I'm going to watch Crystal Palace tomorrow. Sarah D, are you? Oh, wow. Let us know how it goes. I've been down there several times. Friday night is always a takeaway night. When it's great, I feel so down. I know. Having a hot toddy for my annoying cold. #piss off this bloody cold. Jenny Scam. Very good. It's true. Up the Eagles. Come on, give us some of those. What other phrases? There's chocolate frog. There's metal plant. There's hot dog curtains. No, a bit random. It's also World Nutella Day. Kate finds a pen. Are you having a laugh? Really? Go and check out the lovely film that Sky had pulled together of our Vlogmas. Excuse me. Oh my God, feels like I've broken a rib. And you'll see my Nutella addiction in full force. I have to say, I can only eat Nutella to that music. It's good music, isn't it? Wolves versus Norwich, FA Cup tomorrow. Come on, Wolves. Well, my problem with the FA Cup is I don't feel teams really make the effort anymore, but that's kind of a boys' football fan type chat. Mad as a box of frogs, Lynn Sheard. Sharon Fuller, not only 4 aides have resigned, but possibly 5. We're just waiting to hear. Sky News, we're just waiting to hear whether someone's there. Excuse me. Ashtray on a motorbike. That's a good one. I like that, ashtray on a motorbike. God, blimey, imagine it. There's nothing worse, is there, when when I used to smoke and you sat outside in a pub and there's a gust of wind and you'd get that sort of slightly metallic ash taste in your mouth. Head like a sieve. That's a great one. Yeah, literally, think of it. It's like trying to dry yourself in a running shower. That's one I quite like. Oh, do you hear my stomach? It's the talk of Nutella. I'm now growling and grumbling. Nadia can't moan at you, says Ashley, for having Nutella today because it's a day for celebrating Nutella. Ashley, you've put the thought in my head. That way danger lies. Have you tried Nutella bar? Oh my God, guys. You're making this really difficult for me. Literally, my stomach is rumbling. It's just started rumbling. Okay, Tracy Patterson, you're watching the Winter Olympics. Well, let's talk about that. The Beijing Olympics. Who's excited about the Winter Olympics? Say yes or no. Be honest, be honest. Who's excited about the Winter Olympics? Beautiful sunshine in Staffordshire, Andrea Liberatsky. My God. Yes, no, not me. No, not a lot of you. Not really, no. Well, least of all, because did you notice Putin went to visit President Xi? And Putin didn't have to go into any quarantine, he didn't have to be isolated, he didn't need to do any PCR tests. Did you notice that? So whilst China asked Putin not to invade Ukraine whilst the Winter Olympics happened, the West is in this curious situation where we're kind of aware that China's becoming Russia's ally in this Ukrainian World War III scenario, but hey, let's still go sliding down slopes of fake snow. It's not even real snow. They've had to import all the snow, as we discovered on the news quiz, didn't we, a couple of weeks ago, guys? Didn't we? We're going to do that in the new news quiz again today. Shame it's in Beijing. Yeah, it's like, for the sake of sport, it's like sport. Is sport an international language that allows you to forget all things, like the Qatari World Cup thing? Should we ignore human rights just because it's sport? Faith, you love the Olympics, winter and summer. Do you have any issues about it being in China, Faith? Or is that just a sort of incidental backdrop detail? Whereas actually for the sports people, they've been training for the last 4 years. And so why should we decry them or deny them the possibility of competing? Ellen, and China has zero COVID policy. Not for Putin, they don't. And I saw footage of Putin liaising with President Xi. I mean, he's solid, isn't he, Putin? I mean, he's solid. He's just sat solidly. I mean, I was reminded of the images of him riding horses and fly fishing, topless. I mean, you don't mess with him, do you? I mean, I wonder who would play Putin in a movie? Who would play Putin in a movie? I'm trying to think. Give us your ideas. Who could play Putin? Snowing in Hertfordshire, but sunny in Staffordshire. What's happening out there, guys? And pissing down in Croydon. Sorry, I just thought a tree had fallen down. Ellen, would COVID attack Putin? I hear that Omicron's dad ran at Putin and was so batshit scared by him, he ran off. Liam Neeson, that's good. Dominic West, Daniel Craig to play Putin. Oh, yeah, a lot of you are saying Ralph Fiennes, yeah. I wish it would attack him, says Jordan Stevenson. Bring out Omi's dad, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Tom Hardy. Wow. Leo as Putin. God, imagine the... And he was I always want to know what Putin's saying, don't you? It's like he's become caricatured, hasn't he, as this sort of ultimate Bond villain. Is he saying under his breath, when he's talking to President Xi, is he going, "We must destroy the West, you must help us as we take over the Ukraine"? Or is he saying, "I really hope our bobsleigh team beats you"? Could be either. He would say both things with the same level of seriousness and drama, wouldn't he? Have you seen the latest James Bond film? Could be that. Could be that. I wonder if they will get Rami Malek to play me. Or, when shall we press the button to destroy the West? It could be any of those things. It could be highbrow, could be lowbrow, could be any of those things. He is the definition of a poker face. It's like being poked all over. So Winter Olympics, the vast majority of you aren't excited. Faith Goodman is excited. Some of you are excited. When I was a boy, I found the Olympics a really good opportunity for my sort of, I'd say sort of on the spectrum obsession with numbers and categories and things like that. I used to get obsessed with the medal winners. I used to get obsessed with the timings, the scores, world records, personal bests. I built a stadium out of cardboard, but obviously that was for the Summer Olympics because they don't have them for the Winter Olympics. But the Winter Olympics never got me fired up in the same way. I never found watching. Do you remember that? Was it Ski Sunday? Was that a show? Or am I making that up? Ski Sunday, I'm sure my granddad used to watch it. And he'd call me over when there was like a terrible smash up, and then we'd watch it in slow motion. Was it called Ski Sunday? With that music. No, that's Rocky. But it was a bit like Rocky. Was it? Yes, it was Caroline Turlington. Yeah, love Ski Sunday, Faith. Oh, you're a big winter sports fan, aren't you, Faith? I'm trying to remember the music. Something like that, wasn't it? Hazel Mabel. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my God. I've just had like an hour's worth of Sunday afternoon or early evening television beamed back into my head. What was that other show, guys, whilst we're there? What was that other show which had the sort of, they're not motorbikes, what are they called, the little ones that irritating kids and boys and girls ride around on? And they used to go up these really kind of jagged kind of assault courses. Yeah, it's my Alice band, isn't it, Jordan? What's it called? What was that? Torval and Dean, of course, there's the figure skating. I hated figure skating. Scramblers, yeah, but there was another thing. Something Cross. Wasn't there a show called Something Cross? And it used to be about motocross, yeah, Kickstart. Was that it, Kickstart? And they'd go round, and we'd watch that as well. It's still on, Mark. Motocross, is it? Kickstart. It was Kickstart. I used to love that show as well. It wasn't quite, was it BMX's? I thought it was like motor speedway type thing. Yeah, Ski Sunday. Back in the innocent days of Pop Black. Do you remember Pop Black? Oh, I used to watch all of these at my grandfather's feet because he was so tall. And his feet were just brilliant to lean on. No, just because he used to sit, my granddad used to sit on a chair with his feet up on, there was a footrest called a poof. I don't know if that's a French word, a poof. I never understood why it was called a poof. He'd always say, "Where's the poof, Thel?" And he'd put his feet on it. And I'd sit by his feet watching these sports shows. My name is Anders. I am a coder. Pop Black to Send You to Sleep, Steffi Quinlan. It was such a sort of, it made you just drift off, didn't it? It was just like a sedative. You just hear the sound of a 42. $49. I'm always obsessed with the umpires. They're not umpires, are they? What are they called? Referees. What are they called? What are they called in snooker? Umpires? Referee? Ref? Hey, ref. Yeah, and they'd polish the ball, wouldn't they? Sometimes they'd ask them to polish the ball when they didn't know what the fuck they were going to hit. They'd be like, "I don't know what ball to go for. Can you just polish the ball? There's a hair on it." Like, that's gonna make a problem for them. Darts. Another cracker. I mean, I was watching that. I still watch that. One of my friend's parents would watch Pop Black on black and white TV. Faith, that's so funny. Yeah, watching snooker on black and white telly, so hard. I mean, there are shades of grey. 50 Shades of Grey, in fact. Can't beat a bit of bully. 180 up to the hockey. I always thought they were saying up to the hockey. I thought there was a hockey stick on the floor, but there wasn't. Yeah, for those of you in black and white, he's going for the blue ball. So yes. That was television in the. I don't. Why are we talking about Sunday television? Was it Sunday television? Pop Black, I think it was. Louisa Hackett, doesn't matter. Better late than never. I tell you what is happening this Sunday. Who knows what's happening this Sunday? It's the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, and I'm a bit surprised. Why aren't street parties happening everywhere? Hey, what are you doing? Anything for the Queen's 70th year in power? I think it means she's the longest-serving monarch. I know the Royal Mail have printed a special set of stamps. I have a special stamp here. Went in the post office the other day with this on. And she went, "Oh, I like your mask." I was like, all right, okay, that's very friendly. And they went, "Oh, yeah, of course, I've got a stamp on it." Too cold for a street party. Yeah, but we could all, I don't know, we could all go for a walk. Queen's Platinum Street Party in June. We had Charles and Camilla visit our town in Kent. Police everywhere, says Sarah D. Leave the parties to Boris, he'll arrange them. Yeah, that's true. maybe Her Majesty is like, ain't going anywhere near a party, not in the current climate. She's always bleeding celebrating something, says Minky Moo. We're planting a tree, Angela Thompson. That's a lovely idea. I might nick that idea. That's a lovely thing. Plant a tree for the God Save the Queen. I have to say, my respect for the Queen went up when she was about the only leading figurehead of the country making any sense. Plant a tree for the Jubilee seems to be a thing, says Mandy Shangalang. And I bet the Queen really likes that. But she really likes that. 100,000% sure Boris will be having a party. I don't know. Do you think he'll ever go to a party again? Do you think that's a good point actually, do you think anyone would ever invite Boris to a party again? For fear that it might hit the press. There you go. There you go. So yes, so it's the Platinum Jubilee. Big Ben's going to bong 70 times. Be nice if you're in London. You never know. Anyone who is in central London, keep your ears peeled. Ears peeled, peeling bells. Wonder if that's connected. Peel your ears. Keep your ears peeled. Think about that. Think about keeping your ears peeled. I know we're going all over the place today. Sorry, it's just my brain. Keep your ears peeled. I sort of think of getting a potato skin peeler, and just peeling them off. I'm really chattering away like this with you, just shooting the breeze, just chewing the cud, just chilling out, watching Toffee walk out in and out of shot. But really, I'm just trying to avoid the fact that we're on the cusp of World War III. Do you know what I mean? I mean, because what can we do about it? Has anyone got any idea what we can do about it? What can we do about it? In practical terms, what can we, hi Karen Oliver, what can we actually do about it? Is there anything, maybe there is something we can do about it? Can we write to anyone? I don't know. Good idea, Kate finds a pen, pop a few extra items in the food trolley, food bank, that's a good idea when you go to the supermarket. Worse to keep your eyes peeled. Keep your ears peeled. Maybe it's not maybe you don't keep your ears peeled. No, it is keep your eyes peeled. I've got it wrong. Keep your ears, what did they say about your ears? Did they say keep your ears peeled? Keep your eyes peeled. Oh my God. It's like peeling an onion with gooey. Does anyone remember at school when you used to chop open the cow's eyes and everyone would run around because black acid was behind the lens and it would squeeze out and fire everywhere. People go, black acid went in his mouth. Do you remember that? Oh, Sarah Jane, you remind me of me with the chattering about everything. I have bipolar disorder too, and sometimes I hear myself chatting away and I even think, what are you on about, Sarah? I haven't got a clue. Haven't got a clue. Don't know what's going on. Peel your ears, keep your eyes and ears peeled. Blood. Oh, keep your eyes and ears peeled. Yeah, we used to do that with cows' eyes. We'd chuck them around, they'd be slippy, and you'd be like, the smell was horrendous. So anyway, yes, so World War III is happening. But on a more serious note, obviously intelligence has come through that Vladimir Putin is going to stage some kind of an atrocity, film it, and use it as propaganda in his country to justify an incursion or invasion of the Ukraine. And the extent to which the West has revealed this, there's an interesting propaganda war going on, where by all accounts, the more the West say Putin wants to invade Ukraine, the more difficult it makes Putin not to invade, because actually it will be a huge drain on his resources. And I think he's saber rattling, and he's trying to kind of keep the West on their toes. He's using the whole Ukraine thing as leverage. He probably doesn't want a full ground offensive and all that kind of stuff. He wants to bully the West with these bombers coming in over Scotland. Maybe they're just a bunch of Russian pilots who've always wanted to go to the Isle of Skye. I don't know. You know what? They might have heard the mountains are beautiful in the Highlands. Do you know what I mean? So the West, by pushing out this narrative that he really wants war in the Ukraine, is creating quite a tinder pressure cooker situation, tinderbox situation in Russia. And at the same time, they've obviously got strong intelligence that he's wanting to create and stage a film of an atrocity by allegedly Ukrainian dissidents against Russian-speaking people. And the talk is that they're actually going to use real corpses. Whether they're going to actually kill people for this or whether they're going to ship in people who've died, this is really possibly going to happen. So keep your eyes peeled, keep your ear to the ground, as someone just said. That could be the next move. But once again, I think what you're seeing here is the West are trying to neuter whatever his next decision is in the Ukraine by preemptively revealing. Basically, the West is doing what Nanny Di does, which is doing loads of spoilers. And Putin's like, fucking hell, guys, you've ruined the plot. You have ruined the plot again. So every time he has a new narrative to spin out, the West goes, we know that, spoiler alert. I think that's what's going on. In layman's terms, I think that's what's going on above our heads, as well as the bombers that keep flying towards Scotland. So yeah, Putin's going to stage it. Boris Johnson, how many people are going to resign now? Okay, none of them are MPs. We may ask the question, is it important that all of his support, or all of his sort of internal staff, is it chief of communications, private secretary, they're resigning? And the debate is, are they resigning? Are they being pushed out? No one really knows. But it's for sure, it's not good that you've got 4 people who are leaving, and it could be 5 today. And I wonder whether this is the beginning of the end. Who thinks this could be the beginning of the end for Boris? Who thinks these various resignations could... Just one second. Postman. Tim really likes my glasses. So, quiz of the week. Who wants quiz of the week? Quiz of the week. Tim the postman. He's going to hang on to the bitter end. Yeah, no. Worst smell is creosote. I love the smell of creosote, Faith. You love the Winter Olympics and I love creosote. It's not good, is it? How do we get on at a party, do you think? Right, quiz of the week. 7 questions. Have your pens ready. Some people got 7 out of 7 last week. Let's see if you can get 7 out of 7 this week. Thousands of pieces of platinum... Question 1. Thousands of pieces of platinum Jubilee crockery have been produced in China and sent to be sold in the UK. But there's a slight mistake on the cups and plates. Do you think this is on purpose? They celebrate her 7-year rather than 70-year reign. They have a picture of Helen Mirren instead of the Queen, or they read the platinum Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II. Which of those do you think the Chinese have sort of accidentally on purpose made a mistake on a cup? Hey? Jubilee? Lots of you are saying Jubilee? Yeah, whilst we're talking, worst smell. Well, I'll tell you what that's about quickly at the end. Think about your worst smell. Lots of you are saying Jubilee. It is Jubilee. Do you think they've done that on purpose? Don't know, I kind of do. A bolt of lightning, question 2. Question 2, a bolt of lightning that lit up the sky in the US has set a new world record for the longest flash. But just how long was it? Wow. 47.2 miles, 477.2 miles, or 4,772 miles. It can't have been a bolt of lightning that virtually spread around 1/3 of the world, or however wide the world is. Kippers, raspberry mojito girl. Oh, I must have forgotten something. 47.2, 477.2, or 4,772. You're all saying 400. Oh no, you're not. Yeah, most of you are saying the second one. You're right. You're right. Number 3. Who's got 2 out of 2? Anyone got 2 out of 2? Number 3. Brazil legend Roberto Carlos is due to play a match for which British football team this month? Man City, Barnsley, or the Bull in the Barn? I think this has to be a trick question. I think Tim's back. 1 second. Answer that one on your own. Barnsley? Who said Barnsley? Bull in the Barn. I think Bull in the Barn. Oh, a lot of you saying A. Barnsley, man. I'm going with Bull in the Barn. It is Bull in the Barn. Who's got 3 out of 3? 3 out of 3, 4 more to come. Anyone got 3 out of 3? Say me. Say me if you've got 3 out of 3. I love our little Friday chats, don't you? I do. Yeah, I really do. 3 out of 3. Oh, look, quite a few of you. The ongoing copyright row between Colin and Cuthbert the Caterpillar Cakes, or rather their makers, Marks and Spencer's and Aldi, came to an end when a settlement was reached between the two supermarkets. When was the Colin the Caterpillar Cake first sold? So the question is, when was the Colin the Caterpillar Cake first sold? 1990, 2000 or 2010? 1990, 2000 or 2010? Oh, look, lots of you saying 1990. Is that because you remember eating them back then? I don't remember. 1990, how old was I? 20, really? Colin the Caterpillar? 2000? I'd say 2000. 1987, Deborah Holdsworth. So maybe 1990. 2000. A lot of you saying 1990 or 2000. Okay, let's go for 1990. You're right. 1990? That's when I was at college. I don't remember Colin the Caterpillar coming out when I was at college. Number 5. Dylan Helbig's novel currently has a 56-person waiting list in his local library. But what is unusual about his first book? It's the first book written in emojis. All of its pages are empty. He put the handwritten book onto the shelf himself. So a book by someone called Dylan Helbig has a 56-person waiting list in his local library. What is unusual about this, though? It's empty, nothing written in it. It's the first book of emojis, or he's put a handwritten book on the shelf itself. C. Oh, lots of you saying C. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh. Dylan Helbig is obviously a child. Didn't realise that. I was thinking, is he from Denmark? Is he Anders? My name is Anders. I do coding. He put the handwritten book onto the shelf himself. That was the answer. He put the handwritten book onto the shelf himself. Well done, Faith. Who's got 4? Who's got 5 out of 5? Say yes. Or me. Say yes, me. Me, yes. Ooh, ooh, nobody knows it. Nobody knows. 'Cause when I was down, I was a clown. Oh yeah, quite a few of you. Okay, Neil Young, number 6. Neil Young has boycotted Spotify after accusing Joe Rogan of spreading COVID misinformation in his podcast on the streaming service. But which artist, which singer was first to follow Young in asking for their music to be removed too? Was it India Ari? Is it? How do you pronounce it? India Ari? Joni Mitchell? Or Graham Nash? India Ari, Joni Mitchell or Graham Nash? Sorry, I don't know who India Ari is. Which one of those? I have half a point so far. Dawny Harvey, big hugs and a slap on the forehead, because that's what we do on a Friday. India Ari, Joni Mitchell or Graham Nash? I know the answer to this one. You all clearly know the answer to this one because it was all over the press. Joni Mitchell. And the final question. Hit game Wordle, in which a different 5-letter word is guessed by players each day, sold for a 7-figure sum this week, but who bought the rights to Wordle? Was it A, Reddit, B, the BBC, or C, the New York Times? I know the answer to this one too. Was it A, Reddit, B, the BBC, or C, the New York Times? Excuse me if you're listening on headphones. A, B, or C, New York Times, Louise N, Faith Goodman, New York Times. Most of you are saying C. Oh, yeah, nearly all of you. Jan saying A, all of you saying C. The New York Times, it is the New York Times. If you got 7 out of 7, please say me, or show us your numbers, 7/7, or however many you did get, because we like to see them go up. So that's the quiz of the week. And why was I asking about your worst smells? Well, that's because someone has had to go to court because they live in what's called Britain's smelliest village. And she lives in Silverdale, Staffordshire. Look at you all, look, 6s, 5s, 6s. Oh, wow, I've got 1 right, 4 out of 7. Ness Butler, 7 out of 7. Well done. So yeah, so maybe we'll talk about that over the weekend. We'll talk about nasty smells. But yeah, apparently such pungent smells that they smell like dead dead matter. Kirsty Jane, 7 out of 7. Well done, you. So look, guys, over on the Popcorn Junkies Instagram today, the competition to win free cinema tickets starts again today. So if you go over there and can identify from which film the still is from, and I think you need to copy in 2 other people, follow the account, all that malarkey. The terms are there. It'll be landing at midday. And you stand the chance of winning a night out at the cinema, courtesy of us. So that's going to be landing. The Popcorn Junkies on Instagram. Confessions of a Modern Parent. Confessions of a Modern Parent is being relaunched as a series type thing. So we'll let you know when the next season of that starts. So whenever that starts, we'll obviously give you good notice. So it's just so we can give it even more focus. And vlogs will be landing over the weekend. There's the No Name Sunday show landing on Sunday. That's what I'll be cutting for part of today. And yeah, have a lovely, lovely Friday. And thank you for spending a bit of time with us. That was fun, wasn't it? I hope that was fun. I hope you had a nice-ish time. I did. And as I say, Anders is now signing off. I have to go and do some coding. So have a good day.